Why do we always talk about boners?
Because we're all secretly gay, like Mike Pence.
No.
I see where this is going.
Ladies and gentlemen, we gather you here today on episode 5 of Party Chat. We're losing one of our members. Ryan's getting married. He's dead now.
Yep.
Rip,
Also,
Rip
dead.
Ryan.
So is Hugh Hefner.
End episode.
No one's too badly.
Also, Hugh Hefner's dead.
Oh.
That got a bigger
Coincidence?
reaction. That got a bigger reaction than one of our friends. We didn't even know the dude.
He was a hero.
Yeah, some heroes wear robes and run around with scantily clad women all the time. No, we're really
Nice.
welcome everybody to the 5th episode of Party Chat, where nobody died and we all got along swimmingly because we're all the best friends that anybody could ever have.
All right, Zach.
I don't get it.
I don't know either.
I got it.
Because you're retarded.
And he was a retard.
We can't say that.
And he was a retard.
That's socially insensitive.
I'll show you. So
Are we gonna get a bunch of SJWs? At least we'll get views.
Nice.
That's how we're doing this.
Sometimes you gotta create chaos to make chaos.
Yep. Today we're all gonna state our radical political opinions.
Hitler wasn't that.
Because we got to get views somehow.
Later.
Eating plants is murder.
Al Gore was a good guy. Al Gore invented global warming.
Nice. What a
Or no,
great-
that was
we
the
should
internet.
kill- Oh, no, we shouldn't.
That was the
Sorry, NSA. I slip of the tongue.
I still really like Stephen Colbert's. Donald Trump is not a cannibal.
internet. I mean, that's one good thing he said about him. But really, do we know if that's his hair?
We don't know.
It's
don't.
not.
No one knows.
We don't know. Am I coming through all right for you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're good.
All right, cool. I never checked before, so I ain't give a fuck.
All right.
Yeah, I'm your host, Josh, and with us tonight we have...
Spencer!
Easy there, Spencer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Got excited.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited after that Michigan State win, that's all.
Bring it down there. I'll kick you from this party right now. This is not a sports podcast, sir.
Hey, at least when you kicked Spencer, you kicked better than the Michigan team.
And there goes Nate as well.
And it'll basically be Fox doing the podcast. He's the only Michigan
Spencer's muted. Nate's muted. And,
fan. Hi, I'm Ryan, and I'm not dead.
Ryan's muted. Tyler, are you there? I just saw his thing lit up. He's muted now.
He's dead. He's dead.
He's muted now. Okay, I'm unmuting everybody. Spencer's unmuted. Nate's unmuted. Ryan's unmuted. Tyler's unmuted. Everybody's back.
Okay, that was a fun time.
That was back. You guys are back from timeout.
Mike.
Mike's
Oh yeah,
here.
there's and Mike.
Oh, and Brent.
Okay, so
Did I get
we
it?
have Spencer,
part this
and
time?
after Spencer goes,
Oh,
Sorry, Mike, you were out of line there.
I'll get it one day.
Whose turn is it?
it's Nate's turn.
It's Nate.
Well, I thought we'd skip past me because you told me you were going to mute me. And
Oh
I
yeah,
thought
no, I did
went
that,
down the
and
list.
then
Yeah,
I did that already.
yeah. Well,
That joke's over.
Ah,
right,
it's
well-
pure anarchy.
It's Moon.
It's Moon.
Oh, Moon in
It's
there, huh?
Nate. It's Ryan, and I'm not dead.
Yeah, it's
It's Tyler.
And Brent.
Me?
Oh,
Yep.
somebody
yep,
has a
you.
drink with ice in it.
Yes, Brent with ice in it. That's my name.
Brent with ice in it. Hi.
Yep.
Mike?
Yeah,
That's Mike. That's Mike.
Oh God, I'm good at this.
You're getting better.
Getting
You're
better. He is getting better.
I like how you could read your own name. Your reading's getting really good, Mike. I'm proud of you.
Nah.
It's really good. I like how you sounded that one out in your head. So we've been playing some games this week, some different games, some new games, some old games,
We have.
some games we keep playing. I know Tyler is playing a game from 1998 called EverQuest.
Is it really 1998?
Yep.
Oh my god.
I mean, it technically went live in '99. But yeah, it's almost a 20-year-old game.
Yeah, I was 10 years old
I'm gonna go play with my
during
Legos.
this game.
I think I started playing it in like 2002, 2003.
Why'd you go back to it?
Because, in my opinion, it is the best MMO on the market right now. And I had the MMO itch, and they just released a time-locked expansion server, which is an original progression server that starts with the core game, and every 3 weeks releases a new expansion. So basically, I'm playing EverQuest in the form I played it when I was in high school, and it's pretty cool.
Huh. Well, that's neato. Neato burrito, as the
I'm
kids
kinda
say.
jealous. I want to do it.
That should be our awkward transitions from here now.
Neato burrito.
Neato burrito.
Anyone is welcome to join me.
Don't tempt me.
No thanks. I'm gonna
I'll wait for
I'm gonna
I
pass.
don't
The
think I'm
Halloween event just started on Overwatch, and I'm all about that life.
Hell yeah.
That was fun.
What do you mean was fun? It's been out for a day.
I was referencing a game we played. Mike and I played earlier.
Oh yeah, we did a little before the
Ah.
cast started.
The
You weren't there.
The Mub Dub cast.
Yeah, I played a little bit with them.
Nice. It's fun. It's fun. I really like the new skins that came out. We got Cthulhu, Zenyatta, and Dragon,
all of them.
Symmetra. And I don't give a fuck, Mike. You RNG bastard.
Yeah.
I think he cares a little bit.
I do care.
Orange Jesus.
You want some salt with those fries?
I care a lot. No, I don't want no.
So that's fries.
Yeah,
At least there's
where
a.
did fries come from?
Well,
I
There's
have
a
all the
fries
skins on my console account that I don't play anymore.
Hey, don't stoop to Spencer's level.
Not just play. You don't even have anymore.
Yeah, and I sold my console.
it's worth it.
I'm not
We all-
about that life
Let's,
anymore.
I've,
let's all give Josh a small round of applause in our heads for that. Yeah.
Yep.
I've been considering trading in my Xboxes for a Switch. Should I do it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, let me tell you about the Switch.
Uh-oh.
Buckle in, boys. We're going for a
I
ride.
swear
Does it
to
switch
God.
on you?
Does it
If I
start
order
with
one
Stardew
tonight
Valley?
because of this, I'm gonna punch you in the dick.
Do you have? Does it
pretty
have a Switch on it?
Ironically, actually, let me grab it. I actually have it here because I'm playing Stardew Valley. Dog.
That's gonna be important questions.
It's got a kickstand.
Does it have a Switch?
No, it does have a toggle switch for volume.
Holy shit.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
Next
a toggle,
level.
a toggle switch for volume, so it has volume or it doesn't.
No, it's a rocker. Sorry, it's a rocker.
So it has volume or it doesn't.
No, never mind. It does make a really cool noise when you put the Joy-Con in. You guys ready for this?
Yeah. Oh, that's satisfying.
Yeah.
But that's a serious question, though. Is a rocker technically a switch?
I feel like.
I mean,
Google it.
yes, because
Google
technically a
it.
switch is an electrical term that closes a circuit that makes something work.
Yep.
So
Right, but I
technically
mean, a
speaking-
rocker switch wouldn't be used for volume, would it?
Yeah.
A rocker switch? Doesn't a rocker switch? Isn't it just like click on, click off? Like to turn on your
Yeah.
power supply, that's a rocker
All right.
switch.
Yep.
Those
I
computers
guess
microwaving things.
Who's Spencer's trying to play Destiny on his microwave because he doesn't have a computer yet.
It's
Wow.
my roommate.
How's the rate on that?
Wow.
You guys want to talk about the Switch more?
What you got, Ryan? What's on the Switch?
It's got buttons too.
Ooh.
It's got 2 analog sticks. I know, revolutionary. It's got a ZL and ZR and Z and LR buttons, like your shoulder pads. It can also put it in the kickstand mode, and you hit the power button. You have the Joy-Cons off, and you can play Stardew Valley on your desktop like you're playing it on a TV.
Okay, now here's the question: where can you play it at?
Everywhere. I have
anywhere.
actually put it in the ice cube tray in our kitchen, or not ice cube tray, the water dispenser on the fridge. You know what I'm talking about? Like on a
Yeah.
fridge, you have like
Yeah.
I've set it up there, and while I'm making dinner, I have played that and had it on in the fridge while I'm like cooking stuff on the stove and shit.
I got a question for you.
You don't have a counter?
A serious question because
Yeah.
I've actually never really looked at the Switch, but is it Can you do other things on it aside from Nintendo titles, like other apps?
No, it is
streaming,
not a tablet by any means. It
It's
is
restricted entirely to games.
yes. At this point, they've mentioned possibly bringing like Netflix and stuff to it, but no, there's no internet browser, nothing. It's
Gotcha.
it's not a tablet. I don't think they're ever going to make it anything like that. There is a touchscreen on it, and there's only one game that I know of now that requires it. No other games even really use a touchscreen. It's all done via controller. It's $300. I'm sure people knew that. It has some pretty decent battery life.
What's like if I were taking a massive dump, would it make it through the time that I sit on the can?
How long
Yes.
does a massive dump take for you?
I mean,
25
just
minutes.
just
25 minutes.
you know,
I'm-
generally
Breath of-
speaking.
The game that I've had that pushes it the longest or drains the battery the fastest is Breath of the Wild, and I can get 3 hours and 15 minutes out of it. For that, if I'm playing something less intensive like Stardew Valley or Binding of Isaac, I can get 5 to 6 hours out of it easy.
How many hours can I play tic-tac-toe?
There is no tic-tac-toe on this one.
I don't want it.
So what you're saying, Ryan, is the Nintendo Switch is a console versus other consoles that are trying to be a computer and failing miserably at it.
Multimedia
Yes,
machine.
it's literally just a console. It doesn't even accept DVDs and or
I love
Blu-rays.
it. It's so
Yeah.
good. Nick has one, and it's just like so good. I would buy one just because it's
perfect.
just good.
Yeah,
It just
it's great.
You have so many cool exclusives for it,
Mhm.
which
Well,
I hate
the
indie-
exclusives, but
Playground right now.
Yeah.
There's so many good indie releases for it.
Like what?
Well, let me tell you about. Actually, I can pull up the store if you guys like.
don't tell us about Stardew Valley.
No, I'm gonna pull up the store and then go through.
This is his chance, and he's
Oh,
failing.
Golf Story.
I just shut him down.
These aren't necessarily exclusives. The
What's
Sky
that one with
5
the weird people? You got to adjust their faces and stuff.
Stardew Valley.
Call of Duty.
Animal Crossing.
Yes, Animal Crossing. No, there's
Zoo
another-
Tycoon.
People with weird faces, that must be that new Michigan game.
Just one second. Oh,
Whoa.
Oxenfree came out in here, which Axiom Verge, which is a Metroidvania style. Solgar, Tumblestone, Earth Atlantis.
Doom is coming out on the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doom is. Golf
And apparently it
Story.
runs really
Oh,
good
Golf Story.
on
That's what it was.
Yep.
on the Switch.
Oh,
Hold on.
guys.
The new Doom?
Yeah.
One that
Yeah,
just
the
came
new
out?
Doom.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Astro Bears Party. That's something.
Astro Bears Party.
You've sold me. I need
No,
my Astro
let me
Bears
go
fix.
through.
I honestly like for like the position.
Does
that
it
I'm in
have
now, 'cause
Deep
I'm-
Space Waifu?
Oh,
It
wait,
does
that's,
not that
that's
I've
clincher.
seen.
No,
No, but it does have physical contact picture place.
I'm gonna need my NVIDIA Shield for Deep Space Waifu.
You are. It's got Dragon Ball's Universe 2 now. Oh, SteamWorld Dig 2. That's supposed to be fantastic.
What were you saying, Tyler?
For the position I'm in now, like, because I'm primarily PC gaming, it doesn't really make sense for me to like pick one of the consoles that is like quote unquote powerful, and especially with a 3-year-old, like the Switch seems to make the most sense for me out of any console that I could have in the living room.
I don't
Right.
mean to interrupt, but I'm going to interrupt.
Okay.
Snipper Clips is the game
Oh,
I'm thinking
yeah.
of. Look up Snipper Clips.
That game's fantastic.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I've seen people play that. It looks like a load of fun.
Breath of the Wild's a serious Game of the Year contender.
Oh yeah.
That
I want to
goes-
play it on PC.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if they're. I mean, you can
I mean,
there's-
if Nintendo wasn't dicks,
but I mean, in terms
Yeah.
of
Fuck them.
the thing about that game, I think that has a lot of like show-stopping power is when you are holding it in your hand and playing it on that little screen, and you're like, "This is running in my hand. Like, there's nothing attached to the system I'm holding."
So it's a Game Boy.
But it feels like
I like how you just had like nothing for that for a couple of
I didn't.
seconds.
I didn't.
So it's a
But I
Game
love
Boy.
the Game Boy.
Silence.
I actually have my original Game Boy.
Oh, speaking of Game Boy, apparently there was a Japanese patent, another patent taken out for the Game Boy after they released the SNES Mini. So after they released the NES Mini, the NES Classic, they took out a patent on the SNES again, and then they released the SNES Mini, and now there was a random patent filed for the Game Boy again, And so it looks
I'm
like
pretty-
that's what we're gonna get next.
Well, there was one on the N64 as well.
Ooh,
GoldenEye.
maybe they're gonna combine the two, and it's gonna be a handheld 64.
That would not be terrible.
I'd play it as long as I didn't have to hold that fucking controller that they tried to pass off to me on the 64.
Hey, that was the best controller ever made.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to
played
sit
Mario
on
Party,
it,
and you got to look in the middle of the game and just
Well, you're not wrong about that.
God, that was the worst controller ever. Like, you had
Gross.
different configurations that you had to hold the controller in, depending on what game you wanted to play.
I mean, it was pretty bad, but also the original Xbox controller was bad too, just because of its girth. That thing was a monster.
You can't.
All right,
ignore
Trump
its
hands.
girth. Yeah. Hey, my
news.
hands are
Fake news.
huge.
Huge.
China. China.
China. Did you guys see where he was
Eminem
giving the
rap?
speech? Where he was giving the speech and Meliana was standing right next to him, and he goes,
Yeah.
Meliana really wanted to be here today. She, her heart goes out to all you guys in Hurricane Irma, and she's standing right there, like, nodding with him. Like, yeah, no, I really wanted to be here.
Yep, this is
She shot him
absolute
as
bullshit.
quizzical as-
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he legitimately forgot his wife was sitting next to him.
Our president's a nutcase.
I hate him.
That's
Did
a
you guys
whole
hear the
pile of
Eminem
poo.
rap from
I
BET
did.
yesterday?
I
Yeah,
heard that.
That's
Sarah,
it's pretty savage.
we listened to it this morning.
it was pretty savage.
Yeah, but Trump got Kid Rock to fire back, so I
Oh,
don't know.
no.
That
my
battle.
gosh.
White power.
Whoa.
I mean, they are both
Well,
white.
Hey, I'm just using Kid Rock's slogan. That's all.
Whoa.
That's a.
I don't know that that's a slogan.
I'm pretty sure talking to most of my
Careful.
family, that's like, oh yeah, Kid Rock, he's gonna run for
Oh,
Senate.
have
it's
you-
gonna be great.
so-
Yeah, no, they're
Yeah,
white.
careful. He's going to run for Senate.
I know
It's-
somebody that just recently went to a Kid Rock concert, and it was like 5 minutes of music and 2 hours of his political stance.
Oh my God.
That sounds about right.
Why are you friends with somebody who goes to Kid Rock
Did you call it
concerts?
music what he makes?
No.
No.
I'll answer that question for everybody. No.
I mean, there was that time where Ba With a Ba was pretty catchy.
That was like what 1990. When did that come out? 99.
It's around the same time as Limp Bizkit.
90
So
something.
questionable things were happening in music.
Yeah, that's true.
Rollin' is a modern day classic.
That's a lie.
Rolling.
You die in a fire.
Only if I can breathe in and then breathe out.
No.
Put your hands up and then put them down.
It
You
was-
Back
it was
up, back
1999.
up. Tell me what you got. Oh, we're gonna get content ID. I can't do that.
You eat your chocolate-covered starfish and hot dog. Wait, what? I don't know. That's right.
Drink your
Pack it
hot
up,
dog
pack it in.
flavored water.
Yeah, that.
Again?
Yeah. No. We're gonna.
I had the edited version of that album, and
So what did it
man,
sound like?
It was like half as long.
Better than the uncensored.
No, actually, it is true. I'm looking it up on Wikipedia right now.
There's a song called
Ball with the
Front
Ball was
on that
released
album.
April 8th, 1999.
Nice.
The album version length was
So-
427.
Tyler
The
was
edited
listening
version was
to
332.
Tyler was listening to Ball with the Ball while playing EverQuest
Yeah,
in
that
'99.
was basically how it went down.
Tyler, how do I be as cool as you?
What's it
Well,
like?
see,
What's it like up
first-
there on Cool Island?
First you cut the front of your hair real short, and then you grow the back out. And
What is
I'm
the technical
interested.
term for that?
I believe mullet is what you're looking for, and that's how it starts. That's how your ascension to the cooldom starts.
The Cooldom.
Throw up them stars and bars on your Chevy there. Mm-hmm.
Don't tread
Yeah.
on me, son bitch.
Hi. Don't
Also-
appropriate my culture.
All right, so
mean,
when I said that we were gonna state our political stances, I lied. Like I was joking.
That already
That was a
happened.
complete joke.
I'm not even capable of doing it sideways.
One of my favorite back to video games. One of my favorite Overwatch players of all time. He besides Mike, his name's Brandon Larn, and he goes by the name Seagull, and he is like the poster boy for Overwatch. He gets more viewers on his stream than an Overwatch tournament used to get. Like on any given stream, he's got like 15 to 17,000 viewers, and like an Overwatch tournament will get maybe like 5K. It's insane. But he stepped down from the pro circuit to just focus on his stream so he could gain popularity, so that he could make more money. And then he stepped back in with the biggest team in the West, Envious, and they just took the 100 grand Contenders Season 0 this past weekend. They swept FaZe Clan, and so he's back in the pro league now, and he's actually representing Dallas in the Overwatch League. So now we've got these players representing cities. Like, what do you guys think about esports coming to a head where they're actually representing cities like professional football teams do?
Stupid.
Why is it
I
stupid?
think it's a great idea.
No, I was being sarcastic.
Oh,
It
I don't
doesn't
want to
bother
say
me
it's a
either
great
way.
idea or anything, but I think it's cool to get like region-based esports leagues. I mean, like it or not, you can either love it or fucking hate it. Esports is becoming a mainstream thing. Like it,
Yeah, it's
I've
not
accepted
going
it
anywhere.
many months ago. That like I thought it was dumb. as shit
many
that
moons ago.
many moons ago. Yeah.
I worked really
when
hard on that joke,
esports
guys.
came into X Games, because I was a big X Games fiend back in the day, and now that they have all this stuff going on, I was like, that's fucking dumb. This is bullshit. Like, what the fuck? And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. People are gonna. Did someone just fart?
Nailed it.
I like how just like my entire train of thought was like, that was a fart.
Whoa, pump the
Fart.
brakes.
Wow.
And that's how I feel about Overwatch esports.
No, like it's just one of those things that's gonna happen. It's much like people were all reluctant to let snowboarding into the Olympics and shit like that. It's just something that's gonna happen. It does have a technical base. There is a skill level to it. Like, as much as I hate it, also my farts are better than Ryan's. I'm technically better.
It's true. We should tell a story of the one when we have
The one. Oh god.
Wait, so because I'm kind of a curmudgeon when it comes to esports, and I struggle. I really struggle to look at it as a legitimate sporting event. Does that make me old?
I don't think it makes you old. I think it makes you have preferences.
I think it was just like how we were brought up, because I think all of us can say that we pretty much played video games our whole life. I mean, I can remember the Sega Genesis,
Sure.
my dad bringing that home, and I was like, Jesus Christ, what is this? But-
Who's that little blue guy? He's fast.
Fucking things with my head. But
This is
I
a
think it's that
controller?
basis that I kind of my mental capacity goes to, which isn't much anymore. But
Them bong rips for Jesus.
it's just like video games are fun for me, so I don't think of them as competitive. So it's hard for me to picture somebody playing a game that I also play for fun being like, "Oh, I'm gonna make millions." Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, on that same thought though, I mean, you've gone outside and you've thrown a football around, and we've played like two-hand touch and stuff like that, you know, for fun. I mean, there's people out there getting paid millions to do that. What's the difference?
I think it's the athleticism. I think like football players and stuff, like you have this mindset that like they have to be physically active. They train 24 hours a day. They do this, do that. You don't think of video games as that. You just
don't think of it like that, but I mean, there are a
They
lot
do
of
that stuff.
there are a lot of
No, absolutely.
similarities there.
I mean, even Korea has like schools set up now to teach like StarCraft.
See,
No
now,
joke. Like, what the
with
fuck?
With the school subject, do you think it would actually end up going into schools and actually have like?
God, I
After-
hope not. Kids are
After
fat
a court
already.
case, I bet it would.
Yeah, I think it will.
Yeah.
What, like school-based esports teams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like how basketball and football and soccer and all that shit.
I think it's going to be that generational headbutt again.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'll happen.
Until the baby boomers go away, like there's going to be so many generational.
Go
headbutts.
away, baby boomers.
Well, I mean, it's serious. Like,
You ruined the
I
economy.
think all of our parents are baby boomers, pretty much, and at least I can attest to it. They're not exactly accepting of a lot of changes that are happening.
Well, you have to think of it this way, though. So, like, I understand like sports being defined as athleticism, but at the end of the day, the things that are viewed in high schools as competitive, quote unquote sports, whatever, are going to be what people are consuming for entertainment. And you have to think that cable cutting is happening at an alarming rate, like much faster than any of the cable companies ever anticipated, which means most entertainment is being consumed on alternative media sources, whether it be Netflix, whether it be Hulu, Twitch, YouTube, whatever. Two of the primary outlets that people watch media on right now are YouTube and Twitch, which are predominantly video game content. So you're going to see a shift off of traditional sports to esports. You're going to start like Overwatch and Dota. And I mean, Dota already has higher viewership than most of the major sporting events, Super Bowl, the World Series, etc. Combined.
Prize purse.
So when it's going to come down to the emphasis is going to start to get put on the thing that people are watching. Like it's ultimately going to come down to what's going to make you money when you grow up. Are you going to be a professional athlete or are you going to be a professional NFL player if nobody is watching the NFL anymore? Probably not. Schools are probably going to adopt and start. They're going to start having leagues and teams for the things that people are watching on television. So I could totally I'm not saying this is going to happen quickly or soon, but you will see the shift if the trend continues to probably more esports than regular sports.
You know what's funny? Do you guys remember the Madden Bowl they used to have?
No.
They still have it, don't they?
Yeah,
they had it in Times Square last year, didn't they?
I don't know, but they had the Madden Bowl, and I saw that, and that never got me into anything esports related.
Well, I mean, are you a Madden fan?
Yeah, I was back in the day. But it didn't do anything for me. The closest,
how many hours do you have in Madden?
God, back in the day, because I used to buy them yearly. I had a couple hundred each year.
30.
I probably have 30 hours in my lifetime in Madden.
Yeah, I used to buy the Madden NCAA titles a lot. But anyways, what I was getting at was the game that I've watched that has made me get into esports is Rocket League, which is basically car soccer.
Yes. And the thing is too with that, I know I live in a very liberal part of the world. There was Rocket League tournaments at the Seattle. There's Rocket League tournaments on at the bar.
Seattle.
Oh Jesus!
Wow, fuck.
Right? Like legitimately, like
listeners beware.
Like you go to a bar downtown and you expect to be like, oh yeah, there's gonna be sports on or whatever. No, there's Rocket League on.
Yeah.
You just walk in, it was Rocket League on the top screen. Like what?
Yeah, for real?
You'll
a sports
totally
bar?
see the Buffalo Wild Wings of esports. Or Buffalo Wild Wings will just start playing esports.
That's true.
But here's the thing for Rocket League, and I know they do this with Dota, your league, and Overwatch I've watched with Josh, and it's a very similar format. It's them talking about the players and the teams like actual sports teams.
Yeah, I mean all the
teams.
the casters and stuff like that. They're all very professional and they cast just like if you were to listen to a Lions game or a baseball game or something like that. It sounds like I can throw on an Overwatch game, throw my phone in my pocket and listen to it while I work or something, and it's just like listening to a football game.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like that aspect of it is, I like that.
Especially I know Ryan can relate to this with Rocket League and stuff. Like the people that are into it are more connected to their audience and the watchers because I mean Gibbs.
It sounds so ominous when you say the watchers.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. But Gibbs was on the iBuyPower team for the original Rocket League championship, and they wound up winning. But Gibbs wound up kind of not making the cut for the next few years, but he's still a really good coach and a mentor for everybody coming up. So he started making videos where he would critique people's videos, and you could subscribe to his Patreon, where if you submitted so much money a month, he would watch your video and he could break it down and tell you, hey, this is what you should do, this is what would happen in a real game, in a tournament, blah, 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 blah. So, he's more connected to the players of the game than it would be if, say, fucking Mike Ditka came into your workplace and was like, oh, I'm going to give you tips on football. He's not going to do that.
That's what I think
Bears.
the real appeal of esports. So, how many people that watch the NFL actually go out on a regular basis and play football with their friends? Probably not many. How many people that watch Overwatch tournament play Overwatch? Probably a majority.
I do.
That's a good point.
And that's where the engagement and the connection to community and the actual sport comes from, is the actual participation on a daily basis that, it's really going to propel this thing. Though I will say, all that said, and I think this is why we're seeing the localization aspect of it, is to really, really break through. They're going to need some type of localization for people to get behind. Because that's the biggest issue that I have with esports, is getting connected to a team, because there's really not contractual agreements in place, and people transfer from team to team so quickly that, like, the LG team or NVS could be a completely different lineup 3 months down the line.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that they talked about a lot. And they said that people get more attached to players and they follow players through teams rather than getting attached to teams. Is that what you were going for?
Yeah, but with the localization, it'll give people something to rally behind because of the proximity of the team to them, versus having to do that. Because for the people that live and breathe and play the game all the time, like that, it's going to be enough for them to follow a player. But if you want to get, like, quote unquote, the baby boomers into something like this, you're going to need some kind of localization or something they understand, a reason for them to follow a team, because they're not going to be like, oh, I like that guy, I'm going to follow him to whatever team he goes for.
My dad rooted for Flipside Tactics, so I'm a Flipside Tactics fan for life. Ooh.
Let's just wait for him to age out and then take over the world.
I mean, that's eventually what's going to happen. It's already happened
for generations.
It's already happening.
So I mean, yeah, esports, they're things. Yeah. What else has everyone been playing?
Literally nothing but EverQuest.
Divinity.
I'm
okay.
still playing. I'm still playing Destiny. I don't know if you guys remember the Iron Banner event from Destiny 1 or not.
Yeah.
But it's a week-long Crucible event with unique rewards, and so I've been going through that right now.
Is that where your gear score is factored in, and it's not?
Yes.
Just...
No.
Okay.
No.
Was that what it was in Destiny 1?
I think it was. Yeah, and I don't know if they're just not doing that for this one. I'm not sure for this week of it or not. I'm not sure, because you're right. It was like it was recommended this level that you would join, and then it tapered out a little bit. Like, so the guys that were max level were, like, if you were within 30 points, you guys are doing like the same damage or whatever.
Okay, but it was more not segregated, but dependent on what you had done in the game, and not just joining a PvP match and everything balanced out. Okay.
Right. Exactly. Unique rewards, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm going through that right now, actually. So we're winning, by the way, if anyone's wondering. What's that?
Okay. Have you done the raid yet?
No, I actually haven't. I need to do that. I just never have time. Like, I know the time commitment for it, and I have a hard time committing to it. I need to actually sit down and do it, though. I will here at some point. I'm almost at, so max level is 305. I'm 304 right now without doing the raid.
How much time does the raid take to complete if you're going in there?
I mean, I heard somebody beat it in 24 minutes.
Yeah.
That's speed running, perfect, flawless. It takes, typically will take about 4 hours.
4 hours to beat the raid?
Yeah.
Holy butts.
If you go in blind, not knowing anything.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Well, the giant bomb guys took 2.5.
It took them 21 hours.
Yeah, 21 hours. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, but I mean, like, the first time you're doing it, learning the mechanics, even if you know what to do, actually as a team going in there and doing it, it's going to take you about 3 or 4 hours with a new team, even if you know what to do.
Fair enough.
If everyone's going in 100% blind, you're looking 20 hours plus, like Tyler just said.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no different. Actually, MMOs took multiple weeks generally.
Yeah.
To clear raids.
Right.
So it's not an outlier by any means.
Right.
I guess I was never really into the raiding scene in like WoW and stuff like that. So I wouldn't have anything to compare it to other than the raids that I did in Destiny 1, and I don't remember them taking 20
Baltic
hours.
Glass. Baltic Glass took us a long time.
It took us a
didn't-
week.
Yeah, the first few times.
It took us. I mean, we didn't finish it the first week.
No.
That was the first raid they released, right?
Yeah.
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 That one took quite a while.
Well, that's a good way to get pissed off at your friends is playing a raid.
I also remember the last boss. After a while that was out, we melted him down in like less than like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's a lot of it is really just the team coordination aspect. It's not necessarily. I mean, damage output obviously helps, but everyone just being on the same page and doing everything they're supposed to do makes all the difference.
So Spence, once you gain that last light level to 305 and you do the raid, what else is there to do until more raid content or other content comes out?
I mean, you can keep doing Iron Banner like I'm right now. I mean, even if I hit 305 here, there's like a whole Iron Banner armor set and weapon set that you can get. So it's really just collecting all that gear and that kind of stuff.
Right on.
What's the
Yeah.
faction war stuff?
So they had so they released the Dead Orbit New Monarchy, the faction,
Future War Cult.
Future War Cult, and so you pledged allegiance, and then throughout the whole week there were activities and stuff to complete, and as you completed activities, you got coins. You turn those coins into your faction. You would level up a bar. Every level you unlock shaders and specific weapons, that kind of stuff. Just for leveling them up. And then they kept track of the amount of times people leveled up, like the overall how many people leveled up whatever factions. And the overall winner, they had a specific weapon that was for each one. It was a scout rifle for a Dead Orbit scout rifle, a Future War Cult had a pulse, I believe, and then it was a sidearm for New Monarchy. So at the end of the week, whoever won, whatever faction won, if you were pledged to that faction, you could buy that weapon for like 1,000 glimmer. If you lost, you could buy the weapon, but it cost you 50,000 to buy that weapon. Basically, if that makes, I don't know if that all made sense, but
That was just a one-time thing. Or are they going to do that more?
they'll do that more. Yeah,
Okay.
that was just the first wave of faction war stuff. But there's still, I mean, I'm still pledged to Dead Orbit. I can still go talk to him and level him up and get his specific stuff.
I can't wait to get into it later on this month. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to suck up a lot of my time. I know that.
Yeah, it's going to steal a lot of time from
burrito.
everyone, guys.
What did you say, Nate?
Nito Burrito.
Nito Burrito.
Coffee Lake came out.
Oh, Coffee Lake did come out. I was reading about that.
Thoughts? Anybody?
I don't know enough about it.
If you're building a new PC, obviously build with Coffee Lake over Kaby Lake.
I mean,
If you,
it's kind of one of
I-
those. It's one of those weird things that, like, yes, if you're building a new system, go with Coffee Lake, but at the same time, like you or I, Ryan, I'm
We have
on
no reason
Sky
to-
Lake, you're on KB Lake. It just doesn't make sense. It's just another Intel thing.
it's a very incremental.
I'm really happy they're introducing more to the mainstream. Like, I'm super happy about that. I'm not gonna be a noober about it and be like, Intel's the devil. No, it's not like that. I think they're doing a good thing. However, I think they need to tweak it a lot because I know the new i9s and whatnot are running super ridiculously hot. Like,
Yeah.
hilariously hot. Even people delitting them are only seeing like a 10 degrees Celsius drop, and it's still throttling.
Yeah, those things will hit 100 degrees real quick Celsius.
Wow.
But-
That's insane.
But compared to AMD with the Ryzen architecture, I'm really interested in Ryzen 2 to how it's going to compare to them, because Ryzen 1 was kind of a worst case scenario. Sure, Intel beats it in the benchmarks, but price performance wise, kind of it's a toss up.
Mm-hmm.
It really is at this point, which is good.
Agreed. So that came out.
That's my thoughts. If no one else has anything to interject, Nito Burrito.
Need a burrito in, need a burrito out. He's good, guys. He's clear. He is clear. Oh. What you got for us, Josh?
He is currently getting some medicine or something.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, guys.
So do you guys see? I didn't read the article. Do you guys? So Destiny 1, you remember Trials of Cyrus? If you got in Crucible, if you got 9 wins, you got to go, or 9 or 7, something like that. You got to go to this exclusive place on Mercury for like a throne room, if you will. But you had to be perfect. You had to have 7 wins or whatever it was with 0 losses, right? Well, there's an article that just came out about a guy who has cancer, and it was his lifelong dream. Lifelong. It was one of on his bucket list was to get to that tower. And the community came together and backpacked him through trials and got him to that tower before he died. It's kind of neat. It's one of those things. Communities can be great, you know. But
yeah, it's a cool story. I have to, like,
oh my god,
cool story, bro.
Was it not a cool story?
That's really neat, but carrying on.
Oh my god.
I was gonna go
talk the rest of this time.
I was gonna go the opposite way with it. That yes, communities can be super cool a lot of the times, but internet gaming as a whole right now is one of the most toxic things on this planet.
Yes,
I mean, it's a giant toilet bowl. Some people are cleaner than others.
I licked it.
Mike's toilet bowl is clean. He licked it.
Which part?
Yes.
The ridge underneath.
The ridge.
Oh.
That's where all the shotgun gets caught.
For real, so that's where I always think when I come home from work. There's a spider just waiting for my dangly bits.
That's when
Freaks me out.
That's when you eat Thai food for lunch and you just plaster the bowl.
Just burn him out.
Jesus Christ! Fire for effect!
All of my eyes. That's gross. You guys are gross.
It is gross.
I got a question for everyone.
Okay.
If you had to pick a game of the year right now, what would be your number 1?
Deep Space
Divinity
Waifu.
2. Spencer, we can skip you. We know it would be Destiny.
Yeah,
Wait, for right
console
now,
Destiny.
it's my favorite game.
Ugh.
No, like if you were to had to pick like your game of 2017 so far that has come out, what would it be?
Game of the year.
Game of the year.
PC releases only.
No.
PC releases only.
I'll think about it. It might not be Destiny.
Okay. Oh wow. Wow. Okay.
We'll come back to you.
Okay.
Josh, what about you?
EverQuest.
Okay. That's old.
Wait,
game,
that's
dude.
mine.
Oh shit.
No, it has to be released in 2017.
Released in 2017.
Yeah.
That game when you don't have internet and you try to Google something and the little dinosaur pops up.
Ooh, that was
EverQuest?
good.
EverQuest.
Ooh, that is good.
No, I don't know. I honestly I don't think I've played a 2017 release this year. I don't think I have.
You have had
Nothing.
to.
Did you play Injustice 2?
He didn't play Injustice 2 yet.
I did.
you
That's
did?
the one that came out this year.
Spencer brought it over to the house and we beat it one night.
Let's
But
say
I mean,
it's-
I guess that I've played that, but it's definitely not game of the year material.
But out of 2017 releases you played, that would have to take the cake then, though, wouldn't it?
No, I mean I choose nothing. There's
Oh,
nothing
whoa.
that I've played.
There's no games
Actually,
of the year.
you know what?
Fox.
You know what?
Fox.
I don't know. Probably. Did PUBG come out this year?
Yeah.
No, it's not
No.
officially released.
It's not officially released, so yeah, but
Early access PUBG.
it was
Early
for purchase
access
this
of the
year.
Yeah.
It did become playable this year, though.
I just want to say, Fox, if you don't vote, that's how Trump got elected.
Yeah.
Boom. Knowledge.
Political beliefs exposed.
I didn't vote.
I am not registered.
I voted. Anyways, Nate?
Spencer, you okay?
Yeah. I'm
It sounds pretty intense over there.
okay.
You all right?
Do you need a minute?
Are you pooping? All right.
Is he in the electric chair? Like, should
I
we
don't
be
know.
worried?
He is Junkenstein's monster.
His
Maybe he's
Hitachi
got, like, a
magic wand.
I was gonna say it might be a Hitachi.
It's his vibrator. He's got it plugged into the USB on his console.
What can you hear?
It's your mic's buzzing sometimes.
I can hear
Oh.
a pleasure stick.
Your pleasure steak. It was funny because I said, "Are you pooping?" and then your mic went meow.
Yeah, I just muted it. I muted my mic.
That was,
And then I was laughing really hard.
I really hope that comes through on the
Oh, it absolutely
actual
will.
recording.
It sure did.
This podcast is a shit show.
I know.
Literally.
Hey,
As
we all have games
opposed to the others.
I think it's gonna be a light night just because I don't know. We've got stuff to do. We've got people to do. Spencer's got his vibrator out.
Yeah.
It's all
I
a
have-
thing.
I'm
I
good.
Has a flight to catch in the morning.
What'd you say, Tyler?
I have neither people or things to do.
Oh,
Except for EverQuest. That's
Yeah, I do have a flight that leaves at 8:30 in the morning.
that's Seattle time though. It's like 4:00 in the afternoon in Seattle right now.
Okay, well, I can't exactly count myself on your time until I get there, and that's the problem.
You could.
Hey, Nate,
I mean,
where
I
you-
can.
Where are you flying to? Where are you going? What are you doing? Who are you going with?
I'm going to Detroit for Ryan's funeral.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, don't get those confused.
We're gonna miss him.
We're going to Ryan's bachelor's funeral.
Yeah, Ryan's bachelor funeral.
Yes.
Ryan gets married on
Hey Ryan,
Saturday.
can I skip the wedding and just show up at the reception? Is that cool?
Dude, I've debated that a lot. I mean, fuck, I'm really excited to be there. Right?
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you're a groomsman. Also, the whole ceremony will take 20 minutes tops.
No, I
And
know.
I'm gonna
It's
be
not.
drinking the entire time because somebody
Drop
bought
it down
me
to,
a
like,
flask.
15.
I bought everyone here a flask. Well, everyone's a groomsman a flask.
Did you also buy them survival knives?
No, I
I
did
don't
not.
think you did.
He got me.
That's what
He got.
and you guys
he
got,
got me
some pretty cool
socks.
socks. Oh, and a $170 fifth of bourbon to put in that flask.
We have
Nice.
to split.
Ooh, sorry.
I'm just being an asshole.
Yes,
my
man.
Like
nature.
always, that's Nate.
I appreciate
Hey.
you guys.
That's his nature. Get it?
Eh,
Oh.
huh,
Get it?
I don't get it.
His name's Nate.
I
It's
don't
a
get
joke
it.
about your name.
It's nature. Thanks, guys. I'll be here all week.
Oh.
You leave tomorrow.
Actually, you won't be here all week. You're gonna
Yeah,
be-
you leave tomorrow. You lied to everyone.
I mean, I have Discord on my phone. I could be here all week. He has no shit.
Well,
I
consider
mean,
this
I could just not join the chat you're in.
true.
I'll still be there.
So this is my final podcast then, since I died.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yes.
So what's your game of the year, Ryan?
Thanks for skipping me.
You're welcome, Nate.
No, Nate, what is yours? I actually did ask you at one point.
Oh, actually, I have a good one for this.
Nito burrito.
It's Nito Burrito.
Ah,
What's your favorite sex position? Go.
Nito burrito.
reverse cowgirl.
Superman.
Nito burrito is not a good thing.
The angry pirate.
So we went from
The
game of the year-
Amazon.
It involves
Missionary.
One Eye Smoky Joe.
The one-eyed Smoking Joe.
69.
The old.
Put him in a
Houdini.
coffin.
Put him sweep the leg.
Take him to the chorus.
But in all honesty, Divinity.
Did
2
you
is an
just bring it
honorable
back to
mention
Limp
Golf with
Biscuit?
Oh, you took golf with friends for me. Damn it.
Honorable mention.
Honorable
Damn it.
mention. Golf with friends.
Divinity 2 takes it though.
Yeah, Divinity 2 is probably my
Golf with friends.
No,
is definitely
Breath of
not
the
the
Wild
best
for
game of
me.
the year.
That's
Breath
why
of
it's
the
running
Wild.
out.
Breath of the Wild.
Do you think-
And I take it back. It is Destiny 2. I can't think of any other ones.
Do you think that there's a
Not even Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, Neo.
That wasn't this year. That was last year.
Neo would be a good one.
do you think
Wasn't it?
No.
Golf with friends. I'm sorry, I take it back. Golf with friends.
No, Fox. I
Maybe
don't
maybe
think.
that was today.
I
This
just
year,
keep
wasn't it? It
trying
was
to start
March,
a
maybe?
sentence.
It'll get there.
What's that?
It will.
Horizon. Horizon came out
The
this year,
joke,
didn't
the
it?
joke's
Horizon?
gone.
I guess
though.
Horizon would be mine then.
Nah, let's keep going. Hammer it through
Like,
Fox.
I can't make the joke now because
Yes, you
the
can.
conversation's too far past.
No, I'm gonna lead you in. Do you think?
Do you guys think that there's been a porn parody of Breath of the Wild and it's called Breasts in the Wild?
Breath
Yes.
of the
I do
Wild
think that.
porn
Mike's
parody.
looking it up because that's a good point.
If not, $1 million idea.
I feel like Braziers has done that.
There's literally a Reddit post called "Breasts of the Wild."
Damn it!
Of course there is.
I knew
No,
I
no,
wasn't
no.
a genius.
No. You are a genius because this guy asked the same question. He wants a porn parody of the game too, and that was his suggestion. Wait, what is this?
Wait, what's the
the Reddit?
username on that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the username? This might check out.
Gangbang. Oh Jesus!
Whoa.
I'm coming back to that later.
And bookmarked.
And screenshot.
Gannon Dawn.
What else you guys got? What else you guys
I
got
got
tonight? What else is happening besides Ryan's death?
My hate of loot crates.
Oh,
Loot boxes.
that is a good point. With are you talking about with Mordor and Forza?
Just in games in general, like it's starting to
Okay.
get out of control. Multiplayer is okay, but just overall, it's starting to become absolutely ridiculous. Especially when you have somebody like Mike, who gets really good loot drops.
Yeah, I can't explain that.
Yeah, but Mike lives a blessed life, and he should be blessed for that.
I mean, I don't really
Then-
see a problem with loot boxes at all. What is your main gripe about loot boxes?
Well, let's go with Mass Effect 3, for instance.
Nobody played that game.
4 of us did, or 3 of us did.
No,
4.
nobody did.
No, there's 4 of us.
Three?
That game never
Andromeda.
came out.
Right.
Are you
Andromeda.
talking about 3 or Andromeda?
Andromeda. Sorry, my bad.
Nobody played that one.
Yeah.
Okay, continue. Loot boxes.
Anyways, that was basically you could pay to get better classes, and it's basically pay to win. And you get somebody like Mike, who gets like all these really good loot drops and everything I get. I'm like, shit, this stuff sucks, and it
Well-
makes me want to buy more stuff. I'm not blaming Mike for anything. It's just I feel that pressure. Like I want to be able to stay up there and get all the cool shit, but I'm spending all this money, and I just hate.
I
myself
also
afterwards.
feel the pressure to stay up there.
I have
So-
to agree with you. On
They
that
make a
one
pill
in,
for that.
in Andromeda's case, Brent, because Mass Effect's loot crate system. If you actually wanted to survive in the higher difficulties, you had to get the better classes and the better gear, the more upgraded variants, which you were only going to get from the crates. But it's all RNG's bullshit, where it's entirely based on loot chances, and you can pay more to get the more expensive crates.
See
better
that
chances
kind
of
of
getting
stuff. That kind of
That
stuff
is pay to
pisses
win.
me off. Yeah, that's pay to win. Like
Oh,
loot
it's the
boxes
worst.
in like Overwatch and,
that's fine,
and stuff like
because-
skins and stuff that doesn't actually affect
Right.
better guns or anything like that.
Right.
That
As long as
that
it's not
stuff's
pay to
cool.
win.
Like cosmetics is fine. Like I don't. You
Well,
can
that's
still pay
like
to get
that's
that
exactly
shit,
what it is
too.
in Destiny. That's exactly what it is in Destiny, and you can earn all of it without doing it.
Right. That's
But, yeah.
completely fine. Like if it doesn't affect the outcome of the game.
Other than the mods, the mods are the only thing in Destiny that are actually a game change the game a little bit. Or
Mod,
affect
what are
the
you
game,
talking
I
about?
would say. I don't know.
Wait,
I
that's
haven't
not
played
paid-
Destiny yet, but
Right.
you can get
Mods
mods for
aren't.
crates.
No. No. Okay, but you don't pay money for those. So, breaking down weapons, you get gun materials, or I can't remember what they call them for this. There's the gunsmith. You go and you turn those in. You level him up, and you get an Ingram out of it, and you'll get mods out of that. But you can't pay cash for that stuff. That's all by chance.
They don't come in
100%
blind boxes.
No.
Oh.
Not that I've seen. Nothing that is that you don't get out of
In the
out of
wild.
those crates that you get. Yeah, you don't get them out in the wild.
So I mean,
So yeah,
pay,
no, you don't. The mods don't change anything.
pay to win loot boxes suck butts.
Well, that's what I'm hearing about Shadow of War. Obviously, none of us have played it, but
Yeah, I've heard that one's pretty bad. I haven't.
and also Forza.
Can we also talk about the
Yeah,
download
Forza's
size
gone
of
to
Forza
hell.
or Shadow of War?
Well,
Oh,
how
is
big
Forza
it?
bad?
100 gigs.
For Shadow of
With
War.
the 4K. with the 4K pack, I'm sure.
That's still
Well,
not the biggest game.
The base download for Shadow of War without any of the high-res texture packs for Steam is 70 some.
Wow.
Yeah, and then it's like 25 or something like that for the 4K texture
Yeah,
pack.
so it knocks in if you want to run it in high-res textures at over 100 gigs.
That's absurd.
Damn.
That's insane.
Supposedly Microsoft, I forgive me, I don't know all the specifics on this, but supposedly they're going to store. Microsoft's planning on opening up the cloud to store that extra information and stuff in the cloud, supposedly, as an option, so that people can not have to use all that space up.
But I don't understand what the point of that would be, because then you're just trading storage overhead with, fast access rates, like having it on your solid state, and now you're switching over to the cloud where you've got to stream it over the internet. And
Yeah, I
it's
don't
entirely
know.
reliant
Like
on
I said,
internet.
I don't know the specifics on it, so I'll have to look into it. But you're right. That seems
goofy.
yeah.
See, I'm in the unfortunate position where I live, where they're testing data cap limits on my internet plan, and so like I've got a terabyte of download that I can do a month, and like if I was interested in Shadow of War, that's 10% of my entire cap, and then they bill me on that overage percentile like a cell plan.
Oh shit!
Right.
You've got a lot of ISPs testing the waters on these data
It's
caps
all,
and
it's all for
populating.
the net neutrality.
But you've got games getting this big. I mean, at some point, there's gonna be a conflict. Like the Star Citizen Alpha, it's fucking massive.
There absolutely
right
will.
now.
Well, and people fully expect the cable companies to pull back the caps. And then if you're using, say, Comcast app, they won't put it against your limit. But if you're using Netflix or Hulu or YouTube or any third-party app, then it'll count towards your data limit. And
Phone companies are doing
that's
it.
a whole.
It's like Altel's old circle, where you could have your friends in that circle that the where it wouldn't count against,
Sorta,
but
yeah.
everyone else.
And if I spend $50 a month more, I can get an unlimited internet plan. Like, what kind of sack of shit is that? It's the fucking internet.
I mean,
Freedom
it's
of exchange of information, and it's being monetized up the ass. And games are getting this large now with 2K and 4K texture packs that I'm gonna have to actually really cherry pick what I want to download each month.
Yeah,
if
well,
there's limits.
what it is the cable companies have had a monopoly for. Let's not kid ourselves about that.
Oh yeah.
Comcast and Charter and Time Warner and what was Turner Broadcast, before they merged, all had localized monopolies. They didn't compete amongst themselves in territories.
They don't seem to be interested in that.
What's happening now is that, again, like back to our discussion about cable cutting, is that people are jumping off of cable at an alarming rate, and they're freaking out. So net neutrality was kind of like their idea to counteract it, because you're going to get to a point where people aren't going to have. I mean, broadband phone is just ridiculous. Like if you have that, you're probably 90, and cable TV does not make a lot of sense. It's not on demand. You can't watch your programming when you want. The apps are just laughable in comparison to Netflix and Hulu, etc. So people are just jumping off cable. And also, it's super expensive. So to combat that, they're like, well, people need internet. So net neutrality is like their solve for that. And if they can limit people's use of the internet, unless they're using specific apps, and they can put if they can block people from coming in and setting up infrastructure, i.e. Google Fiber, then they probably feel like they can hang on to it. The problem is that I guarantee, well, first off, Google has more money than probably all the cable companies combined. Not to mention that Netflix, YouTube, and all these alternative media sources, YouTube is Google, but Netflix and Hulu, etc., will probably dump money into blocking litigation and lobbyists and eventually break these monopolies up. They eventually won't exist anymore. So net neutrality is scary, but I don't see it living beyond 10 or 15 years out.
Have you guys heard of the game Frostpunk?
I didn't get a Nito burrito, so I'm not convinced.
Nito burrito.
That was my phrase. You took it from me.
You're dead.
You gave it to us.
All right, sorry guys, I won't do that anymore.
Cool story, bro. I got a chance to
like
say
this argument because coming from a larger that there are very clear things that are happening with the internet around here. Like even Xfinity is just like, hey, would you like your internet speed up free? because we know that people offer gigabit internet now.
Yeah.
Cable companies are starting to bend to the will of other companies now, which is awesome.
It's entirely reliant on
And they'll have to.
more
They
more
need to-
interested companies.
They will need to adapt or they will die.
I don't want to die.
It's reliant on actually more modern companies showing up with fiber infrastructure and getting the leeway to actually install it. Otherwise, these assholes are going to sit here on their localized monopolies trying to maintain a 30-year copper coax network because they don't need to upgrade it. And then they're going to sit here and pretend that there's a limit in bandwidth and that, oh man, we're really running out of it. The bandwidth mines are running dry. Oh, no.
And
So we're going to need to ration you.
Yeah,
It's
and they
bullshit.
will block people from coming in and setting up new infrastructure.
Yeah, that's the crazy part of things.
And then, you know, you look at it like you're on the West Coast, right? That's pretty progressive, pretty modern. You guys are going to get the new tech first because that's Silicon Valley. It's where all that shit starts. I'm sitting over here in Chicago where the mafia stopped running alcohol and guns and figured out it was more profitable to go into politics. So I'm fucked. Like, they're going to do anything they can possibly do to maintain status quo.
I'm a supervisor for the Teamsters, and fuck Hoffa. Fuck Hoffa. I hate the Teamsters. It's bullshit.
You're gonna get disappeared, dude. This is the last time we're gonna hear from you.
That's perfectly fine with me.
So this is
I won't have to deal with the Teamsters anymore.
This is Ryan's
Win-win.
funeral this weekend, and also Nate's disappearance.
I'll be under Giant Stadium. This time I will
He's
be.
buried with Hoffa.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny because Nate's nickname was Hoffa for a while, wasn't it?
No, it never was.
But
good,
literally
good
made
try,
that up.
though.
Literally never happened.
Ooh, why did? Nope, that's someone else. Never mind.
I'm gonna
You're
go ahead
right.
and off the limb, off the political spectrum in here, and go. You're fucking dumb.
Wait, why
retarded.
would who were you thinking of?
I was thinking of a guy I used to work with. His name was Jimmy. Obviously, Jimmy Hoffa is where you got the reference, but
Oh,
I don't know why I made that connection.
Jimmy,
I'm
Nate.
sorry.
was he like Nate? Was he gaseous and asshole-ish?
Brent, he was gaseous and asshole-ish, but Brent will attest to this. My mind is no longer here.
It's not.
It's
He said some
gone.
things earlier, and I was like, I know exactly what's happening.
I'm
Do you-
slowly losing my grip on reality the next 2 days, and that's okay.
It will
Yeah, you
get
know.
better an hour before, and then as soon as it's that moment to say your vows and your I do, you're going to lose your shit again.
If it
I don't-
makes you
I don't
feel
know that
better,
you're
I just
helping.
bought a bunch of things off your registry. For
yourself.
myself, though. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, I apparently have a camping chair coming, and then something random every month for the next 6 months after. So,
I mean, are you sad or are you excited to see what you get?
Your things are gonna show up on Friday, and there's a gift message.
So
ooh,
basically,
What's a hair patch?
we're playing Christmas at your wedding, and Nate is playing. I can't think of it now. What's the name of it?
Hanukkah?
Philadelphia?
That
Hanukkah? No, Hanukkah.
Asshole.
Hey, real quick, guys. I know it's off topic. I just needed to let you guys know that Dream Daddy, a dead dating simulator, is 33% off right now.
I saw that.
Ooh.
Midweek madness, guys.
Is it good?
Well, very positive. 87%, 88% all reviews. 2,000 reviews.
Isn't Dream Daddy the game that the Game
Game
Grumps
Grumps.
helped develop?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's my game of the year.
Dream
But-
Daddy.
That's my answer.
It is a very positive. Has very positive reviews. Wow.
No, but really, the game that I was asking about, and I didn't have any kind
Whoa.
of segue into it, so I just Nito burritoed it.
One
And,
second, Josh. Before you go on, I'm reading some key features about that Dream Daddy dating simulator. 7 dateable dads, a character creator, create your own dad Sona,
Oh man, I can make it myself.
multiple endings for dad.
Dad bods.
I'm gonna make Tyler.
It is
Yeah.
voiced by the Game Grumps and Friends. Dad-themed mini and micro games throughout each date path.
Oh goddamn.
And it says
Can
so
I-
many dad puns, like to the point where it made us all uncomfortable.
No, it never does.
And
Can
then
I
it
see
says-
Tyler naked?
Whoa. Wait, can he?
Well, I mean, if I make Tyler one of my dating dads,
I mean,
my
this
dream
weekend's
dads.
coming.
Tyler just put tape over his webcam.
And this is secrets with which S's are hard.
That's it. I can see Tyler naked. That's the one. That's the line item.
Here are your minimum PC requirements: Windows 7,
Jesus, that's.
I don't have that.
I don't have that.
processor 2.2 gigahertz. That's all it
I
says.
don't have
I
2.2
don't have that.
gigahertz of processors.
Memory 4 gigabytes.
Ah, shit.
I don't have that.
I'm gonna have to clear all of my hard drives.
I only have 32.
Graphics, DirectX compatible.
Optional.
card.
Graphics
Oh.
optional.
There is no
you don't need a card.
All you need
I
is
don't
a card
have
that's
onboard
DirectX compatible.
graphics.
Yeah, and then it says storage 4 gigabytes.
Nice.
For what? 4 gigabytes of what?
Dad puns.
I don't have that
OS
kind of
maybe.
storage.
Yeah.
Processor, hamster, memory, a little bit, graphics, maybe,
Graphics.
storage,
Graphics.
notepad.
Meh.
Notepad.
To run
Graphics.
this game,
Someone
you may
will
need
read
a
it to
potato and
you.
a half.
You could play it on Spencer's microwave.
Do you think this
See if
game
we have
comes
good-
with a 4K texture pack?
Don't call us
I
Xbox
bear.
microwave.
I'm just looking for some.
All right,
Go ahead.
I'm going forward with this Frostpunk game because I've been reading about it, and it sounds like
Forward.
a game that all of you would enjoy because you
hate
guys enjoy city skylines and survival games.
What's it called?
And Frostpunk, and it's currently
Look it
developed by 11-bit Studios.
Look at that.
They developed that game that survival game. This War Is Mine.
Oh, okay.
Where you have to like keep your morals about you and stuff like that.
Oh, this War of Mine is really good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So the game Frostpunk takes
This
place
little
in an
war.
alternate 1886 when ice storms have like taken over the world, and it makes most of it uninhabitable, and you are like an overlord of this small city trying to build a bigger city around a heat-giving generator in the middle of a frozen crater. And I totally just lost my train of thought because fuck, Mike. What is that
Why,
you posted in
Mike?
chat?
What? Why?
No, it's actually
my
does seem really
sweet
cool.
armor.
Oh, God.
That's what I got in the raid.
This is happening again.
Anyways, so it actually you have to gather resources, assign workers, so it's kind of like what I've heard of RimWorld for that, and then you have to upgrade your
RimJump.
buildings and research technology, and it lets you mine underground and build beacons to search for scouts and
This is called what again?
Frostpunk.
Punk. It actually
Frost-
does. I will give it to Josh. This actually does look really good. It looks like more of like a smaller scale managing of like a apocalyptic environment, like a city civilization that has to struggle for survival. Much like, and I don't know if anybody else has played this War of Mine, but much like that, where you're scavenging for food, you're making sure your people survive, keep their sanity, keep their cool, but on a much bigger scale.
In the article I'm reading, the guy that played it said that things never excuse me. I'm dead.
Rude.
Things never really go very well for you, which kind of keeps the whole doom and gloom of the game. So he would
Right.
find himself he had a lot of coal, but he was short on food. And then when he'd get a handle on food, it would be just in time for the wood to run out
That sounds
to
very
build
RimWorldy.
build
Yeah,
more
no.
medical posts for all the people who got sick from starving. And by the time he gathered enough wood to build the necessary medical post, he didn't have enough specialized workers because they all died from being sick because he didn't have the medical posts up. And he said it's just kind of like the
Yeah.
That
and
sounds
in
like
this War of Mine, like I was playing this War of Mine, and I had a situation where one of my, I don't know, survivors, you would say, my survivors in my shelter was dying. They needed food. I didn't have enough food, so I went into a house, and you don't know what you go into in a house in this War of Mine. You don't know what you're going to find. And I found an elderly couple in there that was just surviving on the food they had, and my options were either to let them live, stay their food, and my mate in my house dies, or I steal their food, kill them, and my friend died, or my friend lives in the house. Like, that's the kind of situations you're always faced with in this War of Mine. Is always like, if you do this, this is what's going to happen.
And that's
Or
what it looks
this
like in this
other
game too. Because as I read more into this article, it says like at one point this guy's population was clamoring for better food. He could have passed a law allowing you to eat the dead. So people that died, you just cook them up. It had been food for them, right? But instead decided to pass a law allowing children to work in safe jobs. He then assigned the city's children to work in the cookhouses, where rations were turned into meals. When the hunting parties came back with rations, he assigned an emergency 24-hour work shift to get meals cooked up. The population got angry, but they were fed. And so now he's got to deal with like an angry population, but they come around because they saw the end process for it. You know, it's kind of like a this is the first survival game that I've looked at that's actually piqued my interest.
This looks really cool.
And
like
I
the
thought
perspective of
Tyler especially would be into this after like all the time he put into that one game that I can't, Stellaris.
Yeah. No, it's I really love how they always give you a tough situation. It's always randomized too. It's not like this is something that just pops up every time you play the game. It's always randomized what you're gonna get. Like, hey,
Spencer, you're echoing.
Hey, do I want to kill these people for this food? Hey, do I want to take the hit for my, I don't know, because they always factored in kind of like the psychoactive type thing where effective on their brains. Like,
Right.
if I kill this person, I feel like shit for the next fucking 96 hours or whatever it was. It was always that trade-off, like, what's good for me, what's good for the team, what's good for them, what's good for me. Like, you had to decide always.
Ty,
really
have you seen anything on this game?
No, I haven't even heard of it.
Did you play this War of Mine?
No, but I watched a lot of it streamed. And the cool thing about that game is it's actually, I believe, based in it's not like a true story, but it's based around events that actually happened.
Right.
Like it was following was it World War? I don't know. I'm just making stuff up.
I
Z.
think it was like a World War II Z kind of thing where it was
Yeah.
complete and utter destruction, like the town was destroyed. Yeah.
Huh.
I actually own it. I bought it for $2.
That's where I saw it played. As I lived with Nate at the time that he had bought it, and I watched him play it for about 10
But
minutes.
no, that sounds really cool. Definitely need to check that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna wishlist this. I'm excited. That looks really good. Reminds me of Kenshi. Almost.
That
I don't know
is
if you guys played
that is my
Kenshi,
good
Mike?
find of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about
Brandon,
Romance
I
of
did
the
play
Three
Kenshi.
Kingdoms? Hey,
Touched that in a while.
No, I think
That's
it's
what
still
she
the
said.
same alpha kind of ish state. I mean, it's one dude, and he's moving about as slow as you'd expect, but he still seems to be pumping content out every now and then.
Yeah.
well, I do think that games that just have one dude building them turn into something special.
Some of them do.
Well,
Maybe
guys,
Stardew.
we are
Guys,
an hour and a half
Before we
in.
go, the Sexy Brutale is on sale right now.
Well, that's actually not a pervy game. That's
Nito
actually...
Burrito.
That game's really cool. Have you guys seen what that game is?
No.
Nito Burrito.
That game is a isometric Clue. And it's you going around, you're playing as different characters, and basically you can restart a day each time, and you're trying to basically figure out how these murders occurred.
It was
And you
General
go-
Mustard in the library with a candlestick. Everybody knows
Yeah,
it.
if you can watch a video on it, it's not pervy or anything like that with a name like Sexy Brutale. But it's pretty neat.
Well,
And it's also on sale.
anybody got anything in closing?
No.
No.
What about Ryan? Any last words?
As a single man,
On the
not
podcast.
married.
Viva la resistance.
The next time you're on the podcast, you won't be the same Ryan.
You won't.
You won't.
You're gonna come up for during the honeymoon, right? Like she knows this is you need to be.
You are.
Oh, the honeymoon's not till January.
Perfect. We'll see you next week.
You're taking her
right.
last name, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
You
right.
might have your camping trip.
for anybody that's listening, we may or may not. I haven't decided if we are yet. We may have
I'm
a
going to say
live.
it's probably not going to happen.
We may have a
Yeah,
live
this
cast
is-
tomorrow
no, we're
from
not
the
going
bar. Says you.
No.
Says Ryan, the person who has no say in any of this.
Fox, just
Good
turn on your
try.
Discord app and record that shit, and
all
then just like, stick it
all
in
I'm
your
gonna
pocket.
do is I'm gonna set my phone stood up on the table, and it's gonna be like a live recording because Discord has video chat now. So
Nice.
we might
I'm gonna
have
show you my dick.
a bachelor cast.
I don't think it zooms in.
Maybe, maybe not.
Oh,
Who
you're
knows?
right.
But until next week, this has been Party Chat. We'll see you guys later. We love you. Bye.
I got my finger in my nose.